Welcome to The Last Rites, ladies and gentlemen. Please drop a subscribe if you would, please. Huw Edwards. Oh, my lovely frozen face already. Huw Edwards, of course, the BBC newsreader who was suspended last year after some very strange allegations, has admitted a tad bit in images. So he's having wrong pictures. I mean, when you're turning up for court, having pictures that you really shouldn't have, why dress? Why are you trying to look as cool as possible? It's not cool, Huw. What you doing in them shades? Go in the back door or something. Let's go through this first. We're going to go through the whole thing. So Huw Edwards, very famous newsreader, famous for announcing that the Queen is dead. And very solemn man, very professional man, and got in a bit of trouble last year. The police investigated, nothing went wrong, but then he was arrested at the end of last year, and now this is the outcome of that. So, Huw Edwards, one of the BBC's most senior news presenters, has pleaded guilty to 3 counts of making indecent images of kids. He admitted having 41 indecent images, which had been sent to him by another man on WhatsApp. They include 7 Cat A images, the most serious classification, 2 of which showed a child between about 7 and 9. Until last year, Edwards was one of the main presenters on BBC One's News at 10 and often fronted coverage of major national events. As I said, they wheeled him out for the Queen dying. He was arrested last November finally, and he will be sentenced on 16th December, and a probation report will come out. Expressionless outside the court. Yeah, expressionless, and also just like he's on a little catwalk. He's like, or I'm some sort of low-key Welsh Terminator. All right? I'll be back. Yeah, probably. Because he's probably done more than this. You dirty old bastard. The court had been involved in an online chat on WhatsApp from December 2020 with an adult man who sent him 377 images, of which 41 were indecent images. Under the law, it can be images or a still picture. Cat A shows how serious abuse, including, the worst kind of things, as you would imagine. So there he is, all serious. And also during COVID, by the way, this man was very judgy about people having parties and that. And he, in the meantime, he was texting, he was accused of texting a boy last year as well. So we'll talk about that after this. So this is about the images. Obviously, he's probably going to go over the wall for this one. I wonder what it'd be like. I wonder what a newsreader would be like in prison. It'll be like, "Hello and welcome to my cell. Are you going to bum me or make you follow you around with my finger in your jeans as I am now your little boy?" How does a newsreader go about jail? I can report today that I was beaten and bashed against the toilet for a good old bashing after a bashing in a stairwell. They hit me with bars of soap and. Over to you now, roving reporter, soap man, and then the guy's there swinging his soap. I don't know. It's just an idea. What will he be like in prison? I'll have to think about this one a little bit more. The barrister told the court his client was not just of good character, but of exceptional character. Yeah, exceptionally wrong. Huh? Long-lasting trauma. Yeah. Okay, so that's what goes on there. But this is where it began, right? Let's go through a little timeline. There he is in the BBC News studio. April of last year, 2023, the parents of a young person contacted the police. The force said the information was related to the welfare of an adult. So the complaint was that he was sending off pictures to someone from the time when they were young. I don't know whether that was under 18 or whatever. But it had potentially made this person, whether it was a boy or girl, I'm not sure, so upset, and they were on drugs. And basically, this lovely news presenter would be paying him money. I think it was thousands or tens of thousands of pounds to send him images back to this old fella from maybe a young lad. I'm not sure, and that this person was on crack and was in a terrible state, and the parents just pleaded, please stop doing this. And in the end, they went to the BBC and the police. The police said there was no crime, right? But the BBC did suspend him and investigated it and all this stuff. But there were times across that year where, like, look, maybe he's just frustrated in some way. Maybe, he's gay. I don't know. Maybe we can just let him back. Apparently there are rumours other presenters were like, isn't it about time he came back? There were several prominent figures that were saying, shouldn't he come back, even though there were other allegations of him treating people like shit behind the scenes. So yeah, lots of press conferences. He's been suspended properly in July, even though they said, potentially no wrongdoing. Lessons to be learned. All this stuff from the BBC. Detectives ended their assessment of the details, decided there was no information to indicate criminal offence. Yeah, because at this point, I think the person was an adult, and if he said it was consensual, it's fine. The parents were saying it was risking his life because he was addicted to drugs and he was using the money paid by Edwards to him to buy crack. I think it was crack, might have been heroin. I don't know. Then the BBC resumed an investigation after the police found no evidence, and this is just a separate review, I think, to look like they were doing something, I guess. And then, last November, he was actually arrested finally, but he was being paid the whole time. This guy is on $500,000 a year, I think, and he was being paid all of that time since it first came out, all of last year. And I don't know when they stopped paying, but he would have got a few $100,000 at least while this was going on. The BBC apologised in February 2024 for the way it handled the complaint. There was no opportunity for wider visibility within the BBC. So there's probably more stuff to dive into there. And then in 22nd of April 2024, Edwards resigned on medical advice. And I think his wife would come out last year and go, tried to get a sympathy thing. It's like he's had to hospitalise himself after this allegation. Oh my God, my poor Huw, he's had to hospitalise himself. Meanwhile, he's also messing about with images that he shouldn't, and probably a whole lot more. This is what they've caught him for, right? The BBC accepted his resignation. Oh, really? It's normal policy that, I guess if you've been investigated, you still get your salary, but I don't know, it just seems a bit off, right? Edwards was not paid off as part of his departure. Meanwhile, for 10 years, he's been raking in $400,000 a year, so he's got a few million in the bank. But this sounds like this might be an over-the-wall job. So basically was accused of funding someone's drug habit by making that person send him images. But a lot of people were saying, it's not that bad. Maybe he just likes boys. I don't know. And then obviously now we hear all this stuff today. So, cool Huw, lovely Huw. He's not cool, but again, this picture, I don't know. He's just kind of like, what of it? Hasta la vista, baby. By baby, I didn't have any pictures of babies. What dirty old bastard. Let us know what you think. Huw Edwards. Most certainly a wrong one. Please drop a sub and all that stuff. It will help out lovely. And thank you for watching, if you've watched it this far. And if you didn't watch it this far, I can't possibly thank you. So always watch to the end so I get awkward and weird and strange. Warm outside, isn't it? Huw Edwards is a wrong one. See you later. I think we can say that now without getting sued. Bye.